Um, I haven't done this in a fairly long time. I don't think I've talked to a camera since I was in seventh grade. It was, I think it was 2019 when I last talked into a camera. For those of you who are new, I used to go by Tag. I had a YouTube channel, uh, just posting random stuff from when I was little, and like gaming videos or an unboxing or a little like stuffy video when I was extremely little, just waiting or praying I go YouTube famous. But obviously, I was a little kid who was gonna watch a little kid. Uh, the reason I'm recording this right now is because I think I'm not satisfied with my life anymore. Uh, I had a well. First, let's start in high school. Okay, I don't want. Let's try. I don't want to try to take up a lot of time, but before I graduated high school, around 3 years before then, I remember I was feeling really low one day. I was in my basement and I started sobbing. My mom came in the room and she was like, "What's up?" And then I sort of had like a midlife crisis at like what 14, 15. And what it basically was about is about this loop that I think I'm stuck in. I'm stuck in the, oh, you have to go to school, you have to get a job, and then you do that over and over and over again, make it to Friday. You're already preparing for that in school until you're 65 years old. And I remember I was crying, and my mom was like, "Well, no, it's just how it is. Like, don't worry, you're gonna have things to be happy about and all that." And, well, in all honesty, that did not cheer me up one bit. Um, Obviously, I felt better afterwards. Like, sure, I got a little burst of motivation, and then I was like, okay, awesome. And then here we go again. And then grade 9 passed. Did okay. Grade 10 passed. I did good. Grade 11 came around. I did amazing. I pushed myself further than I ever did with school. Grade 12 comes around, and I decide to leave my school to do this dual school program or whatever. I do half a semester of high school and half a semester of post secondary, so I can have some post secondary uh, things across my belt, or post secondary courses, sorry. And I thought it's like, hey, I'm gonna use this to get to my degree, and the degree I wanted to get was a bachelor of science to lead into a master's of medicine. And the only reason why I chose that was because I searched up one day in grade 10, like in the summer before I started choosing courses, was what's the highest paying job. And well, doctor came up as number one, right? And I was like, I don't care how long it takes. I need to get there. I need to be financially stable, especially with inflation catching up to everybody and things of that nature. But yeah, that's originally what I wanted. So, but I also planned ahead. So if I needed to change last minute, I would I'd be okay. So what I did was I took all academic courses. I remember I took all three major sciences: biology, physics, chemistry. I took pre-calculus. I took a law in case I wanted to be a lawyer because that was second most. I took some physics in case I wanted to be an engineer. Thing, all that stuff. You know, all that good stuff. So yeah, I was good in grade 11, grade 12. The thing I regret most is I did not get to experience my senior year. And all those connections that I could have strengthened, I could have hung out with people more. Instead, I kind of went on my own path, all for another place in the system, so to say. Uh, so yeah, everything was going great. I applied for this university. I applied for the University of British Columbia. I live in British Columbia, Metro Vancouver. Um, and it's the best school in, well, the province, right? And number one in Canada for medicine, so I've heard. So I was like, okay, I pray I get in. I get in. I'm overly stoked, and I attend one semester. And then I realize I don't think this is for me. I failed one class. I barely passed calculus, and the other two courses I got C's on. Um, it was not a fun time for me. And just so you know it, right when I got into my first week at university, I found this thing called day trading. And I saw clips of it on TikTok from various creators, saw some lives of it, and I saw how you can multiply your money. And I was like, whoa, where did this come from? Um, so with that, I grew interested. I started watching a lot of videos. I started joining communities and I wanted to learn. And I think the main reason I wanted to learn was to not go through the traditional system of education because it would take so long to work for maybe six figures, and it was, to me, just not worth it just to be an average Joe like everyone else. Sure, you can live a good life, but I want to be a someone. I want to go above and beyond. And I thought a good way to start and keep myself accountable was to record a video. So since September, I've been watching videos, I've been learning. I got my first trading account in, I think it was November, and I've been practicing before then. I still am learning, but I uh, grew to learn that experience is what's best in the market, or that's what they say, and I do think it's true because I've gotten so much better since I've started psychologically, strategy wise, and things of that nature. Um, but I've been very afraid of failing. Uh, I've tried multiple online businesses before. I've tried drop shipping. I've tried print on demand. I've tried um, I've tried actually creating my own product before. It didn't go as planned. I tried creating a middleman company to be to close to find babysitters for people who need them, basically like an Uber but for babysitters. A bunch of stuff of that like that, and none of them ever worked out. I think a main reason that they didn't work out was because I wasn't disciplined enough to stick with it, maybe. Or maybe it was the people I was surrounding myself with at the time that weren't maybe as goal oriented as me. I really don't remember why I stopped. But yeah, Point is, I tried a lot of things, and I don't plan on stopping. But with this, I already feel like there's some sort of success in it. I've started to connect with a bunch of people that do it, and it feels, or it, I can say for a fact that this is legit, that I can learn it, I can execute it, and this can be my plan A instead of 8+ years of studying or what have you. But a big thing I need to focus on is discipline. I, for a fact, am not disciplined. I'm always in a motivation spike, and then I go down and back to doom scrolling, and I don't think that's good. So, what I did was I applied for a part time job, the first job I've had since 10th grade. I worked at a fast food joint for a year. Um, yeah, so I applied for the Navy. I just did my fitness test and I passed it barely, so I do have to train or they're going to train me, but that's a thing I do want uh to go through with, especially part-time, cuz I feel like it'll shape me into a better person and I can learn a lot of valuable skills by helping others and maintaining a lot of mental fortitude with it. So that's one thing. Um, Another thing I want to vent about is that I am mainly going to school for my parents. I've noticed that in this generation, it's not just my parents. I don't blame them either because that's how they were taught. But I do think in this generation that a lot of people just blindly follow this entire message that you need to go to university to be successful, you need to have a stable job, you need, right? People that were successful, sure, some did go to university, but the things that they did not do a university job with it. If you guys catch my drift, I don't really know if I'm explaining myself that well, but the basically the stuff, the credentials that university gives you is for a job, right? But that job did not make these people successful. And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole like I'm going to escape the matrix and I'm just going to take like a 10 million gap years. That's not what I want to do. Um I'm in a semester break right now. Well, not really a break. I'm taking one class because that's the only way I could stay in school unless or else they would have kicked me out. And I said, okay, well, I need to stay in school because my parents would have obviously been very upset and kicked me out. So I'm taking one class, but started in January. It is currently February 11th, 2026, almost midnight. And I have not done one single assignment. I've not read the syllabus or anything. I've been very um focused on other things, other avenues. Because if, when, sorry, when this works, I will not need school. My first goal, once I start getting some money from this thing, is to leave. I don't want to be in this country anymore. I want to experience somewhere else. I want to go to a bunch of places and just travel the world and see the world that God made for me. One last thing is that God, I don't think I'm taking that seriously. And I do think I need to work on that. I need to work on my relationship with God because I wouldn't be here without him. I I'm not a perfect person. I'm obviously a sinner like everybody else, but I want to strive to be better. And I think I'm gonna start doing. I think is finally I'm gonna pick up my Bible and maybe take notes, highlight things of that nature to to finally be a Christian. Let's say I don't want to be lukewarm. Yeah, strengthening my relationship with God is definitely a must, and I'm sure it will help my mental fortitude, and I will make it work if I keep all my things that I need in check. So, the reason I'm posting this after venting about what's going on, right? Um, well, first off, I loved making YouTube videos, right? I edit them well, but I don't think I'm gonna go to that extent for the time being. I think right now I just need a way of keeping myself accountable. I don't know if I'm gonna upload daily or weekly. Um, I probably should upload daily, or at least once on every weekday, because that's when I trade, right? Maybe some trade recaps and things of that nature. So yeah, I think I'm going to upload daily. And with those trade recaps, I think I'm going to read a page of the Bible every day, and I'll highlight my favorite verse or something like that, just to also keep that going and keep that in my life. Um, Final message, and I went way over what I thought this would be, but my final message is I want to be wealthy. I didn't grow up with uh overly luxury lifestyle, right? Um I don't want to see my parents struggle in the future, especially when it comes to retirement. I believe they deserve some time off. Well, permanently, right? Retiring my parents is a dream. I want to help my brother as well become financially free. Maybe through this, who knows if it works out? Maybe he can do something, but uh yeah, I it is um it is very important to me that this works out, and I think I'm going to keep going until it does, and I'm just going to keep learning because I can't just stay in a system and at least not try to get out. If I never make it out, at least I tried going out. And I don't want to live my life in this constant what if of what if I did try and what if it did work, and I'm going to do everything in my power, God willing, that I do make it out. So here's the gist. What I think is going to happen is I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to post what I do every day, every weekday. And if something comes up, I'll let you guys know. Um, Post a Bible verse or my highlighted Bible verse every day. And then I will probably make a community so I can connect with other traders like yourselves, maybe people that are going through the same situation as I am and realize that the traditional way is not for me. But even though I still have it kind of as insurance, I don't really, I really hope that I never get to use that insurance. if you catch my drift. But yeah, it's fairly uh, it's fairly exciting. It's definitely a new chapter in my life. I don't really want to share this with many or if any people I know. So if I know you and you came across this video, um, hi, how you doing? I guess. Um, and I hope when you see this, if you see this or at all, that I made it. So yeah, this is basically an introduction for what's to come. If you stuck through the whole thing, thank you. It means a lot to me. If you're interested in following my journey, subscribe, and I'll probably have a Discord linked sooner or later. But yeah, it's about to be February 12th. It's 11:34 right now, PST. And tomorrow's a new day. I think I'll definitely start documenting tomorrow, start posting. And I'm excited to start this new chapter in life with my Lord and Savior, myself, and the people that are supporting me along the way. And, well, I guess that's you guys as well, right? So, yeah. I guess that's all for now. I hope you guys have a good day, good night, whatever it is when you're viewing. And catch you guys on the flip. See ya.